Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Brevin Clark. I'll be your guide today as we navigate through the ins and outs of FDA supplies. First and foremost, just want to thank those of you who are able to take time out of what I know is a busy day to spend your lunch break with me to learn a little bit more about FDA supplies and how it all works. I'm sure you'll find the information valuable. We will be recording this webinar so we can share it with some of your colleagues afterwards. Also, just a big thanks to Alex Klein with the FDA for organizing the webinar today and inviting you all. Couple of quick housekeeping items. Everyone's on mute, so we don't have multiple people chattering in the background, which is always nice. But on the other hand, I'll be essentially talking to myself for the duration, which certainly can feel a little strange. But I expect this to run about 45 minutes. I'll try to cover everything quickly, and hopefully I won't take up the entirety of your lunch break. So let's get going. First, let's talk about what we're going to cover today. I'll be walking you through the basic website functionality from the simple steps like logging in and filling in your shopping cart to the checkout process. I plan to spend some extra time on search functionality and offer some tips and tricks to help find the products you're looking for, help you stay organized, and most importantly, to save as much as possible on your supply bill. We're also going to spend a little bit of time learning about My List, which is a personalized shopping list feature we designed to help keep track of the products that you order on a regular basis, which can really simplify the ordering process. I'd also like to explain a bit about how we put together price comparisons, and if you haven't already, why you should take advantage of this benefit. It's the easiest way to know how much FDA supplies can save you compared to your current suppliers, and we do all the work for you. So at the end, I plan to cover a few of the most commonly asked questions. And if there is a chat feature on the Join Me controls, so if you'd like to ask a question, I'll try to cover some of those at the end if there's time. But rest assured, I will make myself and our customer service team available to answer any additional questions you may have that are not covered. So, what you should know about FDA supplies. On average, FDA members are saving 15 to 30% overall, and all members pay the exact same low price. Why is this important? Well, it's important for a few reasons. One, most distributors charge dentists different pricing for the same products based on a variety of factors. It's usually volume. The more you purchase, the less you pay per item. You know, economies of scale. In some cases, practices on the same street ordering from the same dealer can pay drastically different prices for the exact same products with the exact same dealer rep. With FDA supplies, we've taken every step possible to ensure members are paying the absolute minimum on every item you purchase, regardless of quantity or overall ordering volume, and everyone pays the same low price. Also, it's important to point out because our pricing is transparent. The price you see on our site is the same price every member sees. We're not offering introductory low prices just for you, only to slowly raise them over time once you've transitioned your supply ordering to us. Every supplier and every direct selling company working with us have agreed to offer discounting pricing exclusively for FDA members. By using the power of the collective FDA membership participating, we're negotiating pricing from our suppliers that's usually much less than a typical dental practice would see on their own. Okay. Another thing you should know about FDA supplies is we offer free ground shipping on every order. Every item on our site, whether it's $1 or $1,000, includes free ground shipping. But this is ground shipping. It's not overnight shipping. And this is sort of one of those areas where we hear, well, what's the catch? This could be one of those catches. So I really want to spend a minute explaining this. Since our site does include access to over 60 direct selling companies and a few aggregated suppliers as well, the products you order are coming from different locations throughout the country, and they're drop shipping directly to you. And this is a very important aspect of the program to understand because we want your expectations in terms of shipping time to be reasonable. In order to ship the very next day, well, that requires an additional cost. Either there's next day shipping charges from a carrier, or it requires a local warehouse and staff and inventory. So to keep the supply cost as low as possible, we avoid this expense altogether by utilizing ground shipping and a drop ship model directly from our suppliers. So for those of you who've been conditioned to expect your products the very next day, you're going to have to adjust your inventory and your lead time to compensate. But just know, pretty much every item you order through FDA Supplies, regardless of where it's coming from, should be there within 2 to 5 business days. 2 for those suppliers that are on the East Coast, and I would say 5 for those that are on the other side of the country. But if you do expect everything tomorrow without hundreds in additional shipping expense, you might be disappointed. So it's worth mentioning that right away. Another thing you should know about FDA Supplies is we do not sell any gray market or used or refurbished products. Every product on our site is being shipped directly to you from the manufacturer or from an authorized supplier. Oops. Back up. Somehow I skipped forward there. Sorry about that. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to mention is we do have multiple ordering options. We want to make it as easy as possible for your practice to take advantage of the low pricing that we offer. But we understand that it can be difficult to change a routine, especially if your staff is the one who's doing the ordering. So we've designed our e-commerce platform to offer a variety of ways to organize your ordering process, and even those with limited online shopping experience should still find it easy to navigate. However, we are happy to process orders for you via fax or email or even over the phone, whatever's easiest for you and your team. So let's go to the website. The first thing you'll see when you go to FDA Supplies is a roadblock asking you to log in. If you're a first-time user, you'll use the left side. Your account number is your ADA number, your FDA number, and you can go ahead and register there, simple registration information. If you're a current user, you'll register over here, which I'll do right now. Okay. After you register, you'll just log in on the right side. Of course, I'm in an admin site, but we'll take a look at the front end of the store. And this is what you'll see when you get to the site after you log in. This is the home page. From here, the question is, how do you find the products you're looking for? We've organized the site to be able to shop by category. If you want to look in a specific category, you can also look for a specific brand. But most people are going to use the search bar, so I want to spend some time talking about how search works. If you're looking for a specific item, use the SKU number if you have it. All of our SKUs are based on the manufacturer SKU number. So if you know the manufacturer SKU number, searching will be very precise. It'll take you right to the correct product. Otherwise, in most cases, you're going to end up searching by product name. So let's say, for example, you were looking for Clearfill Majesty Flowable Composite. If you type in Clearfill and you type in Majesty, you'll notice a couple of things that I want to point out. There's some suggestions being asked here. And what we're asking is, are you looking for Clearfill Majesty within the bonding agents category? Are you looking for it within the permanent cements or universal composites? If you're looking for Clearfill Flowable Composite, this is the suggestion down here that you'd want to click on. Just below this line, under here, is a list of products that contains the words Clearfill and Majesty. So there's Clearfill Majesty Flow, which if you're looking for a flowable composite, that's the one you're looking for. So you could do 3 things here. You can click search and just look at all the products that contain the words Clearfill and Majesty. You can also search within the flowable composites category, or you can take the suggestion and click right on the product. All of them will get you there. Let's take the flowable composites category. So what you've done here is you've refined your search. The site is looking for products that contains the words Clearfill and Majesty within the flowable composites category, which is checked here. And there's 2 products. So there's 2 different versions that we carry. Okay. Now, just to show you what I mean, if we were to take another suggestion, if you clicked down here at Clearfill Majesty Flow, it would take you right to the flowable composite that's titled Clearfill Majesty Flow. Something else that's worth pointing out, just above here, this is called breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs will show you where this product is living within what category. It's in the flowable composites category, which is a subset of the composite materials category, which again is a subcategory of composites and restoratives, all part of cosmetic dentistry. So if you wanted to see all the flowable composites, for example, you could go to the category and find it, or you could simply click here on the breadcrumb, and this will take you to a page that contains all the flowable composites that we have. Over here on the left side of the screen, you'll notice these boxes that allow you to refine your search further. Of course, we are refined right now to flowable composites. That box is checked, and there's 53 flowable composites. You can also refine your search by brand or by price, etc. Another thing that's worth pointing out here is how the search results are populated. We're now looking at all the flowable composites. Right now, they're populating by bestsellers. So those that we're selling the most of first populate first. You can also adjust this by price. If you wanted to find the least expensive, we can organize the results by least expensive to most expensive. But let's go ahead and click on one. I want to show you what the product page looks like. A couple of things about the product page that's worth pointing out. Just below the product image, there's a little bit of information that lets you know where this product is shipping from. This particular brand happens to be one of the direct manufacturers we work with. So Exacta is the manufacturer. They will ship directly from their home location in Michigan. So the product page gives you a little bit of detail about the product, some information about the product here, and then of course down below you have the different shade options that the product is available in. If you want to add these products to your shopping cart, you would do it here. And we'll go ahead and do that just as an example. We'll go ahead and add those to your shopping cart. From here, you can check out or you can continue shopping, and we'll keep shopping. Now, we started off looking for Clearfield Majesty, but what if you were searching for something more broad rather than a specific product name? Maybe you were looking for a product category to compare. Something simple like, let's say, cotton rolls. If you type in cotton rolls, again, we're going to ask you what category you're looking for. Are you looking for cotton rolls in the cotton and dressing pliers or retraction cords, etc.? Here's some examples of cotton roll products that are named cotton rolls or braided cotton rolls, etc. Just hit the search button and let's see what happens. What happens here is any products that contain the words cotton and rolls will populate first. As you get through products that don't contain both cotton and rolls, it starts to populate products that contain just the word cotton or just the word rolls or just the word roll. So it shows 203 items. One quick way to really get down to cotton rolls, again, without going to the category that it lives in, is click on a cotton roll that you know is a cotton roll. In this case, here's one. If you click on this cotton roll, you'll see the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs for these cotton rolls are cotton rolls is the category. It's part of the disposables category. So again, if you click on cotton rolls, only the cotton rolls are populating now. You've refined your search. So these are all the cotton rolls that we have. There's 9 different kinds. Again, you can refine your search by price if you want, load high, etc. Should be pretty easy to find what you're looking for. Okay. Now, while we're here, I want to point out this box over here. This is called the Quick Add box. In order to try to offer up an opportunity for anyone to order based on their own particular ordering system, we added the Quick Add box. If you already have a list of products that you order from, maybe you have a spreadsheet or a list hanging around in the office, and you've got all the SKU numbers, you've got your Shine numbers or your Patterson numbers or whoever's numbers you have. If you do the same thing with FDA Supplies based on our SKU numbers, again, which are part of the manufacturer's SKU numbers, you can easily order right here from the Quick Add box. You just enter the SKU number here, add your quantity to your shopping cart, and move on to the next one. And you can just go right down the list. You can add more by adding more. And when you're all done, you just add them to your cart and you're done. So it can be really quick that way. I'll give you an example. In fact, one member sent me this list. This is a list. He actually just sent me this portion of the list. This is a list of all the products that he orders through Shine. So he's got a description, he's got the Shine number, and he's got the price he's paying. So this happens to be really, really long. Probably every product he's ordered this year. It looks like it's about 400 products. But what we did was one by one, we looked up these products, we found the manufacturer number, we found the products that we had on our site, and then we were able to show which products we carry that are the same products that are priced less, and I highlighted those in green for this particular practice. This one, it's fun that I'm looking at this because this very first product is kind of interesting. This is a Star Dental handpiece, $1,100 on Shine, $775 on FDA Supplies. What's nice about a list like this, again, is he now has right in front of you. You or your staff will know which products you order that we have versus products that you have to get from Shine. And we don't have everything; we have most of it. And you can also see really quickly which products are less expensive on FDA Supplies. As I scroll down, I made a little note here, for example, to let this particular dentist know we're not comparing apples to apples in this case. This particular tray cover had breast cancer pink ribbons on it. We didn't have those. We have some, but they're not breast cancer pink ribbons. So if you want those and you want to support that cause, stick with that. If you just want some white ones, we got some. Anyway, as you scroll through this list, you'll get the idea. Occasionally, there'll be an item that Shine has. Here's one. I was looking for one that for some reason we just can't get it as low priced as Shine does. And there's an example. But for the most part, everything we have is quite a bit less for this particular practice. Now, another thing that's nice about a list like this is all of these items that you have right here can be loaded into your personalized shopping list, which is what I want to talk about next. As you're shopping around, let's say you're looking for these cotton rolls, you'll notice that there's a button just below the Add to Cart button. It's called Add to My List. My List, it sits up here. If you click on this, what My List is it's a personalized shopping list. So rather than having to search through the entire website, there's over 50,000 products on FDA Supplies right now, and we're constantly adding more. You can just search and try to find the products that you order on a regular basis. It looks something like this. It has its own search bar. If you typed in, for example, bibs, it would search any bibs that you've purchased before. Right? If we hit Find, it's looking through your own list. So these are items that you've added to your list, and which means that you probably want to order it again, and you could find the bibs that you want pretty quickly this way. Another thing that's nice about My List is we can help you load these products into your list. All we need is the SKU number of the product that you're interested in. So again, if you sent us the shopping list, or if we end up doing a price comparison, which we'll get to in a minute, we can start the process off by loading a good chunk of the products that you order into your list. But My List can make it really simple for somebody who doesn't have a heck of a lot of online shopping experience and or time to be searching. You can just search through your own products. Okay. Now, another thing I want to point out is just under the quick add box is your current order window. It's kind of nice to see it here because these are all the products that we've been adding to this order. I had a few pre-populated before we started the webinar. But if you need to make any adjustments to your order, you don't really have to wait to the very end. You can make adjustments right here. If you wanted to get less of these drinking cups, for example, or more, you could change the quantity and update it or remove that item altogether, etc. Just below that is the previous orders window. This is very useful. I'm going to click on this. This gives you access to all the orders that you've placed. Again, this is good for a few reasons. One, if you want to print an invoice, around tax time or something, you can print your invoices from this screen. Another nice feature about this is if you are looking for a product you've purchased before but you can't quite remember what it was or when you ordered it, this is also searchable. So you could type in whatever you wanted. Let's say you were looking for a bib. Here's a bib that you ordered before, and it automatically recognizes what it is. Select that, hit Find. It takes you to that order. You bought those bibs. Of course, again, this is an admin site, but we fake bought those bibs back in April. Another thing that you need to know, this is a good place to request a return. So if you have a product that you need to return, you ordered the wrong thing or it was damaged or anything, this is how you would access that. Just find the order that the product is on, find the product. Assuming it's this product, you would just hit the request a return button. answer a couple of questions about why you're returning it. And when you hit the request return authorization button, what happens is we get an email that you're looking to return this item, and the supplier also gets an email at the same time. So we'll get your return label and get that process started. Now, I want to take a minute. We've talked a little bit about my list. I want to take a second to talk about a price comparison. When it comes to comparing prices, there's a couple of pitfalls that I think it's worth mentioning so that you can avoid them. Distributors, kind of like a grocery store, they have loss leaders. So pricing is more competitive on certain products than others. And we've noticed dentists will sometimes just spot check certain items to see how our pricing compares to their distributor, but they always end up checking the items that are the most competitively priced for all distributors. So if you want to compare prices, don't make the mistake of just checking 5 or 6 products. It's really not an effective way to compare prices as a whole. The largest margin of savings usually comes from the products that you're paying the least attention to. Things like cotton rolls and patient bibs and all of the house brand disposable items where, you really don't care what the brand is. That's where there's a lot of savings. In fact, we've seen small house brand items that we charge, $10 for could cost $40 from a distributor, which, again, it's a $40 item, so no one pays much attention to it, but these seemingly insignificant items can really add up in a big way over the course of a full year. So, the best way to do a comparison is to do an actual, true, full comparison. Take the most recent 3 months' worth of invoices, for example, and send them to us. We'll do a side-by-side comparison of the exact same products. And also, since the pricing is the same for every FDA member, there's no benefit to you to not include the pricing from your current supplier. Sometimes we'll get some invoices and all the prices are blacked out, or the quantity is blacked out, or sometimes they'll black out just the description, which is weird. There's really no benefit. It doesn't matter what they charge. Our prices are going to be, the exact same. The only thing that removing the price does is it prevents us from doing the math for you when we get to the end of the comparison. So it looks something like this. This is actually a real comparison. I think we got one order from this particular dentist. We could have gotten more, but this is exactly how we do it. We take in this case it was Patterson. One by one, we look up the Patterson number. We get the manufacturer's number, and we find that product on our site. If it's a house brand product, and this is a great example, Patterson, Shine, most of the larger distributors have their own house brand burrs. We will match that particular burr with our house brand burr. We have in this particular case, we have a number of burr providers, carbide burr providers specifically, that are really good. And one in particular I'm thinking of happens to be a manufacturer that private labels burrs for other companies, or other brands that you may have heard of. The burrs are fantastic, and they're priced usually quite a bit less. So this is what we do. Side by side, one by one, we find the exact same product. If it's a house brand, we'll find something comparable. If it's not a house brand, we will compare the exact product. If we don't carry that product, we'll let you know. We don't have this product. So we're not going to automatically substitute something, a brand product for, a brand that we think is close without you telling us that it's okay to do so. We'll find exact products. And at the end, we'll total it all up, and we'll let you know what you would have saved had you placed this particular order through FDA Supplies rather than through your current distributor. In this case, it was pretty significant, $244. I think that's worth it. So in addition to finding out how much you can expect to save by ordering through FDA Supplies, when you do a price comparison, as I mentioned, we now have our SKU numbers for products that you do order already, and we'll go ahead and automatically we'll load those up into your My List for you, and it'll get you a good head start on building a complete list. Okay. So that's a price comparison. Let's finish this shopping experience and get through the checkout process. When you're done shopping, you've loaded up your shopping cart for this order. You would click View Cart and Checkout. From here, you have one final opportunity to add to this order. You can, again, make adjustments to quantities. You can remove products. If you get down to the bottom and you decide, you know what, I need a couple of more things, you can just continue shopping. But in this case, let's say you're ready to check out. We'll click the Checkout button. If this is the first time that you've placed an order through FDA Supplies, you'll need to enter your billing address. One point of fact, you want to make sure that your billing address matches the address on the credit card that you'll be using. If it doesn't match, it won't go through, and there'll be a lot of big question mark wondering why it's not going through. 99% of the time, that's why. Again, if your billing address is the same as your shipping address, you can just check that box and it will populate over. The next time you come to place an order, this information will be saved, so you won't have to enter it again. We'll click Save and Continue. This is going to bring us to the shipping screen. Now, I did spend some time talking about shipping, but I'm going to mention it one more time because I think it is important. This breaks down where these shipments are coming from, who's sending what. We picked some items from Exacta. This is the direct manufacturer out of Michigan. So these particular items are coming from Michigan. They'll be in their own box. We ordered some burrs from Dentalry. They're coming directly from Dentalry, and they'll be in their own box. And then the rest of the items are coming from IQ Dental Supply. IQ is our primary supplier when it comes to name brand items, and they're located in New Jersey. So the bulk of the name brand stuff that you buy, if you get Kerr or GC America, Carrera, or whatever, it's going to be coming from IQ. But again, there is zero shipping on all of these, and take advantage of that by planning ahead. If you needed to get an order fast, you could select a next-day shipping option or a 2-day shipping option, but it's incredibly expensive, and we just don't recommend doing that unless it's some sort of an emergency. Go ahead and click Save and Continue, assuming everything is what you ordered. From here, it's all very standard stuff. You can select your credit card, put in your credit card information, and hit Submit, and the order is done. I do want to mention the invoice option. You're seeing this now. The first time you place an order, you won't see this. We are more than willing to extend billing terms to all FDA members. We just want your very first order to be placed with a credit card. That way we can get you established in the system as a customer. We know you're going to pay. We know you're good for it, and we'll start sending invoices afterwards. If you do want to get set up on invoicing, all you have to do is give us a call or start a chat with us, and we'll just need your tax ID to get that going. I didn't point that out yet, but I will. We have this live chat feature, which we use a lot. Our customer service team is standing by from about 5 a.m. or about 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we're in Arizona, so we're on Mountain Time. If you click the live chat button, we will answer, assuming our office is open, and of course you can always give us a call. So when it's time to set up for invoicing, just give us a call, shoot us a chat, let us know you want to get set up for invoicing, and we'll take care of that. So again, I just want to reiterate that we have 6 different ways that you can place an order. My List is a fantastic way to control your own shopping list. I also think it's great to use order history. You can find products that you've ordered on a previous order. In fact, you can even open an order from order history and reorder the whole order or just make adjustments to it. It's pretty simple. The Quick Add box is really good if you keep a list of the SKUs of the products that you want to order. You can always fax us an order. You can call us and give us an order over the phone, or you can email us an order. So that covers the basics. I hope everything's making sense to you. I want to go over some of the frequently asked questions, and we get them every time, and I have a feeling that some people are thinking of it right now. The biggest question we tend to get from, especially from a new user, is, well, what brands do you carry? So the majority of the brands that you use, they're available on FDA Supplies. Probably 80 to 90% are there. However, distribution agreements between suppliers and manufacturers can be a little bit tricky. Some manufacturers have exclusive agreements with just a single distributor. So if you want that product, you have to get it from that distributor. In other cases, there's certain product lines that we can't sell enough of them yet in order to meet the minimum order level required to be a distributor. You'll find some areas, for example, like pharmaceuticals or like replacement parts for equipment, or even general office supplies like paper and pens and printer ink that we don't currently have available. We're working on it though, and we're adding new items every week, but currently there are a few areas that we just don't have coverage just yet. The biggest brand we don't carry is 3M. Again, we're working on it. We're hoping to have 3M products soon, but for today, we do not have 3M. However, since we do have access to around 60 direct brands, Now, these are brands that you will not find in a distributor catalog because they sell directly to you. There are usually some comparable products available that would be worth trying. I mentioned Exacta earlier. Exacta is a really good example. Here, in fact, let's take a look. Exacta, I'm just going to type in Exacta. Watch how I find them. Here's an Exacta product. If I open up Exacta product and I look at the product page, just under the product name, it tells you that it's by Exacta. If I click on that, I'm now looking at just Exacta products. You could do that by going to the Browse by Brand and finding Exacta, but that takes a couple of clicks and seems to be easier for me. So we have 38 products by Exacta, and they're a materials company. They sell direct. They have impression material and composites and temporary cement, etc. But since they sell direct, the pricing is usually significantly less than a comparable, name brand product. And it's also worth pointing out, if you want to try one of Exacta's products, just let us know. They're great people. We'll have them send a sample out to you to give it a shot. Another brand that is a little tricky to work with, and we should point it out, is Dentsply. The distribution agreement that our primary name brand supplier, which is IQ Dental Supply, the agreement they have with Dentsply requires them to collect payment, which sort of makes this difficult to put those Dentsply products on the FDA Supplies site. Now, we can sell it. We can sell all Dentsply products to FDA members at the negotiated pricing, but our vendor will have to charge you directly for that portion of the order. So with Dentsply products, here's how we work around it. Basically, just fill your shopping cart, but before you check out, give us a call or send us a chat and let us know what Dentsply products you want to add, and we'll let you know what the pricing is for those items, and then we'll refer that Dentsply portion of the order to our supplier, and then we'll complete your order all at the same time for you. It is a bit of a workaround, but sometimes the savings are significant enough to really make it worth the extra step here. Hopefully we can resolve the 3M and Dentsply and get them on the site eventually, but for now this is kind of how we have to work it. Now, another question that we get quite often is, what's the return policy? Again, we're not Costco. We don't take things back from 10 years ago, even though you've used it 1,000 times. We are working on such small margins that we have to be, each manufacturer is a little careful about what they will and won't return. On a product page, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll notice that there is a shipping and returns button. Each particular manufacturer and supplier has their own return policy. If you take a look at it, you'll see what it is. Exacta's is fantastic. They want to make sure you're satisfied no matter what. But just take a look, because in some cases it's not returnable if it's opened, for example. There again, another thing I wanted to mention, I've told you before that you can access a previous order to find a product that you want to return and request a return label, but feel free to, again, just use the chat feature, tell us you want to return an item, or give us a call, let us know what it is, and we'll get that return label processed for you. I think the last question that I get asked a lot is, well, how do you prefer to receive price comps? Do you want it fax? Do you want it email? How do we get that process started? Well, it's relatively easy. We prefer email. The cleaner the file, the easier it is for us to turn it around. If you have actual invoices, paper invoices that you want to fax over, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes they can be a little difficult to read, as you know, and we're looking for those manufacturer SKU numbers or the Shine or Patterson number to go find the manufacturer SKU numbers. But fax is fine. If you are able to download an actual product list from your supplier's website in some way, that would be really useful, because it's definitely going to be clean. We can read everything. We need a SKU number and a description. Pricing is great too, so that we can do the math for you and show you what you're saving on. But again, email is preferable, or you can go ahead and fax that to us. And here is our customer service information. I'll look for your calls and emails if you have any additional questions. Otherwise, I want to thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks again.